This one holds a lot more bang bang.
Which one's that?
The date in.
What else do you notice?
It's easier to squeeze, and down at the bottom there's a tray, and what I notice on this one is that tray sits below the air hole, and on this one the tray sits above the air hole, so I think we're going to get a superior flame. Smells really good.
So there seems to be a size difference too.
Yeah, it holds a lot more. Which, when you're working the bees longer, that's what you want. I feel like because it's taller, there's more unburned fuel at the top, and it's just it's a lot cooler smoke.
So tell me what kind of weather we got here in Indiana today.
We're 55 degrees, and the winter is upon us for sure. And I see a couple small hive beetles. First thing I'm going to do, that's starting to feel really good, honestly. You should give that a feel. So this hive here, we have not done any mite treatments on at all this year, and I'm hoping that we can continue it that way. I see some really good signs up here.
Of what?
Just signs of new stores that weren't here last week. I smelled dirty socks. Just love a dirty sock.
Where's that dirty sock smell coming from?
The goldenrod. It's crazy the heat that you can feel coming off this hive. Honey starting to go in here. It's not completely full yet. This is a nice frame. They've got pollen, a little bit of brood. They're backfilling with stores though, which is a good thing. I'd like to see, preferably to do a mite check, I would preferably like to see more open brood on here, but they're definitely cold. You can tell it's not quite as warm as they would like.
So tell us why you do this mite check rather than the other one.
So there's the sugar roll method, and then there's the alcohol wash method. And I was started out with the sugar roll method, and unfortunately, when I dumped the bees out, they seemed really disoriented anyways. I was getting a lot of repeated zero mite results, and when I talked to our local DNR, he said you should really double check yourself and see if you're really getting zero mites with the alcohol wash. And when I went back to that same colony, I found that I actually did have several mites, so the sugar roll was not a good method.
What's our outcome?
Pretty bad.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our mite load was at 4%, and that's higher than our threshold of 2%, especially for this time of the year. So we're gonna have to take some action. So we're gonna put Apigard on, and Apigard, you need to have a space above the bees, and so these we got made for wintering anyway. So we're gonna put this on now. And what this will do is allow the bees to have access above this, and I guess another added benefit is they'll be able to start to glue that down so that it's more airtight for the winter. So we're going to peel this back. There it is.
Where'd you find these at?
Amazon.
Okay.
Now the bees don't like this.
Great.
I'm pretty sure we lay this down just like this. They are not caring for that smell, and then they're going to want to try to just get it out of the hive. So that's their goal. So by getting it out of the hive, then they'll get it on themselves. Then they'll start coating other bees, and it'll be great.
What do you think about your new smoker?
Love this smoker. I'm completely impressed.
With what
Nothing
parts?
like- What's that?
With what parts?
That it just keeps staying lit.
That it keeps working.
So we put Apivar in over the summer.
Which are the strips?
We put the strips in,
Okay.
and then because you don't want to use the same chemical back to back or over and over again, because it'll help the mites build up a resistance, we're using Apigard now.
Okay.
Apigard's best in the fall. Do a little heave test. This one's feeling better. Not 100% yet. So last week we saw a mite on a bee, and then we went and got coffee. So now we're doing something about it.
Why did we get coffee?
Because we didn't have any mite treatment.
And we're out of time.
We're out of
We
time.
need to go pick up our toddler. Frames.
We can really break frames this time of the year because the propolis is just hard as a rock. So I got, this time of the year there's hardly any open brood, and so I got to the frame that had the open brood on it. It had the queen on it. I didn't want to take the chance of somehow scooping her into my alcohol mix, and so we're just going to treat this colony.
And this is the one we saw the mites on last week.
Correct.
Okay. Beekeeper's intuition.